Hey guys, it's Kusi. Welcome back to episode 4.5 of regretting the 3k goal as a DPS in a full plug scenario. In this 0 to hero, why are most tanks in plus 12 seemingly make-a-wish cases, Warlock edition. In the last episode change of pace. As I said, similar to solo leveling, we're gonna have a 0.5 episode in between 4 and 5 because, to be honest, I didn't really get much done. Not because I didn't invest the time or because I didn't want to, but because I was deadass sitting in queue for longer than I played keys. So we will talk about this. We will talk about what I learned so far in higher keys, things that are quite bad, things that are fun and or good, and why the game just hates me by giving me one brewery key after the other. And then we also gotta talk about tanks in general, as well as hunters. Yes, I know I was complaining about Beastmaster last episode and I stay with this till the end. But it just doesn't stop. Because I found the most delusional player during my 0 to hero adventure so far, and he was off the rails. So instead of getting comfy, you better buckle up, strap yourself in, because this episode will be painful for me to make, but hopefully funny for you to watch. With that being said, like and subscribe for more trauma dumping in the future. Bro, stop dying, you piece of shit. Okay, before I spoil some tea like those LA Valley girls, let me just say this first. I'm sure you guys aren't that level of degenerate, so I'm not too worried about it. However, I will shit on some people in this video and especially one guy a lot. Don't harass them. Don't go online, whisper them or annoy them with anything. I obviously try to over-exaggerate for the funsies, so don't go off on anybody. Appreciate you. I mean look, yes, we failed that 12th rookery last episode while the tank did some unannounced YOLO pull that made the healer rightfully quit the party. I don't blame the healer one bit. And yet this means back to the drawing board. Because if we want to do 12s, we better put in the effort. 3 CRs check, Bloodlust check, no BM check. But this run was quite special for many reasons. Not only did I beat both Unholy and Marksman Hunter in overall, this was also the first time in a long time where nobody died on the final boss. And I had absolutely no issue telling them that. Yet, an ending must mean there will be another beginning.
Zitat Ende, Gänsehunden!
Or something like that. And the ending of this dungeon meant the beginning of torture for your boy. The tricky part was me being baited. You see, this is a 3-stack applying. All 3 players, similar item level, which was higher than mine. All of them are the same score, so my first thought was they only played together. And to potentially prove that theory, all of them with the same amount of 12s time. Also, an almost perfect comp for me. Demon Hunter to make pulls easy with so much control, plus the increased magic damage, Hunter for Bloodlust, and no Beastmaster, and the Druid for another CR in case I dirt nap, which sometimes happens, plus Verse buff. And then I went even a step further to grab the Arcane Mage in a similar skill level than the rest for some extra single target and or prio damage. Granted, kick's a bit of an issue here. Now here's the thing. Because there's no point in farming 12s, you won't have those insano people that queue up for your 10s in order to stack the vault. Which means you can't be as picky as you pretty much only get gamers who need this key for progression. And I am well aware of that. So let me show you the key in full duration, but in double speed.
Somebody else's ladder just to make yourself feel just a little bigger. I don't know if I've seen anything that's sadder.
And yeah, that was that. Pretty much went 1 minute. No idea who added the extra pack. No idea who added Chewy in the end. And because I don't know that, I can't really blame anyone here. Wasn't the tank overpulling or not surviving, that's for sure. I mean, the mage died before his big burst went off while having all defenses up. I don't know. You have to question yourself. But that's my key, man. 30 minutes of queue time for the rookery 11 plus the actual time of the key for 1 minute dopamine. It's the little things in life, I guess. This now means we are stuck with an 11 brewery, which is also extra score and all, but still a bit nah. So the key player of this run is Fang Slasher, who is so damn special he has 2 Rs in the end. And I bet money he also got Fang Slasher with 1 R already locked down on this empty ass server. You know why I know this is an empty ass server? because that's the one where I got rank 1 mage last season with 2.8k score. That's why. Which, by the way, just as a heads up, is more than Fang Slasher had last season. But this run went a lot better. We cleared trash, pulled the first boss, Fab Slasher died right away because he didn't ND the tank, ripped aggro with 1.5 mil DPS for some reason, and then got the tank buster. 3k gamer, by the way. Our tank here also played the Summon Niu Zhao.
That's gotta be racist, there's no way.
Which should be renamed in Summon Niu Shot, because there's no shot in hell you play this. But I guess he does it, but it didn't do shit as he died without using it. A bit unfortunate, but there's no 15-second timer for dying, so it's whatever. Well, okay, 9 more deaths was 9 more than I expected, not gonna lie. And yet now came the best part of the dungeon. While we still had 10 minutes to play 2 bosses and 3 trash bags, our hunter decided to leave the key. But what happened?
I don't know, Jeff.
Well, we all got slowed, cause the cast of the Harvester went through. 4 out of 5 survived. Fang Slasher is not one of them. Now let's quickly look at the facts here. We got Turtle up, he could have lived that. We got Survival of the Smartest up, hence why he didn't use it. And Hunters can remove Slow with Disengage. But that's probably something you don't do on 3k rating, cause that's probably too advanced. Yet, you maybe ask yourself why I'm so bitchy when it comes to this lovely off-meta player, his words, not mine. Well, it's because I was fed up. Fed up of trusting into idiots. Fed up of people being shit at the game and then just pathetically dropping out of the party without saying anything. Have some decency, man, this key was not over yet. Show some balls. And I usually don't do this, but I whispered him. I was legit upset, he just bricked my key that was still absolutely timeable. Even with his dumbass dying the most amount of times. First, he blamed it on the tank, even though chain pulling is very normal in this dungeon and he didn't do any weird pulls, just normal ones. So I dropped some facts. I told him that 4 out of 5 survived the tank pulling random and that it seems like a player diff to me, which escalated to a long ass conversation where he tried to tell me that all of us are bad and he is not. He also tried to explain that we all survived because we are just as shit as the tank.
What?
That's crazy. I will keep this conversation on the screen while I tell you some facts here. So, not shockingly to all of us, this dude plays BM Hunter as a main. I know, right? Who would have seen that one coming, huh? He just applied to my key as marksman to test things out. Cool, but whatever. Furthermore, this dude really insisted of letting me know he's a far superior gamer because he timed 12s and 13s, while also bragged with his raid logs. Now, at first I was impressed. And then I saw he was talking about heroic raid logs. But still, do you know what? I can't argue against that. On paper he looks like a far better player. I mean, he even killed the first boss on heroic 3 times in 1 week just to parse. He's a dedicated degen and I think that's kinda sad, but whatever. Even his Mythic Plus score looks pretty solid, even though I got no idea how that's measured if I'm honest. But then again, he also plays around 25 keys per week on this character. That paired with way too much time to join heroic raids multiple times a week just to parse makes me think he only got this one character to play. And if you only play one character for what, 9 weeks now? Fully commit to it as you clearly play a lot. I mean, he fills 3 vaults a week and you're bad enough to die to dodgeable one-shots? You don't have the damage, you don't kick more than others, and even the best, you are dying the most amount of times while clearly being the absolute giga gamer in this unworthy puck party. That is just crazy. Do you know how crazy this sounds? I mentioned earlier I legit was mad when I whispered him to begin with, but this very quickly became super amusing to me as this guy clearly is so zoomed in on his in-game life that he lost track of reality. At least perform proper if you want to talk shit, man. And I like how I legit sent him facts, raw data. And he's just like, nah, you're just bad, man. Those offensive messages I didn't click on are something I saw later, by the way. He just called me shit, and in this time and age, apparently that's something Blizzard wants to protect me from. That is wild. Just look at the death counter, man. Keep in mind, the last 5 deaths were after he left, when we tried to foreman the boss. He legit had 6 out of 14 deaths. Almost half.
Quick maths!
That's Mitch Jones level of delusional. I would love to see some details on his keys, that's for sure. Oh wait, look at this. 12 brewery, 3 out of 8 deaths, that's crazy. Even dying to the same one-shot. Used only 1 healing potion the entire dungeon, even though he sometimes just ticked down, sussy. And no matter how many logs I checked, he was a lot more often leading the death charts than the DPS charts, just for certain. I know I'm going way too deep into this, but this is what my degenerate brain considers funny. However, to make a cut here with a segue, What's not funny was me playing yet another 11 Priory, which I didn't record just to receive yet another Brewery Key. But here's the good news. This key did not break as fast as the last did, because it never started. I mean, okay, it was late. 45 minutes before reset. We had a tank, but no healer wanted to deal with this anymore, which is fair. So instead I treat you to a little vault before the pain continues. So we had the remnant of useless, some wrists we don't need since we got crafted ones, but hey, a chest piece on it. Hell yeah. Quick and easy decision for this one. Oh, by the way, that's the overall from the 11 Priory I didn't record. Guess I couldn't time 12s with that, huh, Fab Slasher? Disregarding, 11 Mechagon was what I got from the vault and I was keen to get that up again. After all, your boy is not a quitter. Yet. And do you think I was able to cast for 2 damn seconds while the actual hunter does some damage?
No.
Absolutely not. At the boss is where I know I enjoy the spec a lot. You build up your stuff, summon the big daddy tyrant, and then you slowly catch up to all those bursty boys. Because even though this dude went up to 5 mil, I only went up to 3. And I only dropped down a little bit. Lovely. What an enjoyable run though. First death came at the third boss from our healer, which I will not blame at all, since with all the shit happening, it's hard to dodge sometimes while also watching the player's HP. Rather clean one chest, and we end up with yet another Brewery 12. Lord have mercy upon my soul, man.
God have mercy upon us.
So I hope you still remember the last run, because not only did I sit in queue for roughly 40 minutes this time, we also had yet another arcane mage dying without defensives active. And then the tank died too. Brother was out of cooldowns and there's a very simple reason for that. Lil bro pulled 3 hired muscle. I don't think that's the play at all. And because he knew he messed up, he gently apologized and we all moved along. Yeah right, he just alto fall like a 10-year-old. Pugging 3k was arguably an equally good idea as circumcising yourself at home over the kitchen sink. I have no idea what it is with tanks this season. The packs don't hurt, unless you do dumb shit. The scaling is so weak compared to last season, a lot less tank busters. I feel like they made playing tank a lot more accessible and people just got dumber. Don't get me wrong, I'm not here to blame tanks for everything, cause obviously the old rule applies. If you do a lot of things, you can do a lot of things wrong. And tanks have to do a lot more things than DPS. But I also play some tank. I do a weekly key on my Demon Hunter which usually ends up being a tank, and I also attempted my first 12 on that one with full mastery crit gear. I'm talking 7% haste, 3% verse. I'm not a vengeance main, but that doesn't seem right to me. And yet I didn't die during a brewery run at all. What I try to say is, it's not that difficult. Stop doing NDI rolls or pulls you've seen in plus 18 keys of your favorite streamer. You are not him, man. Just don't. For the love of the people playing this game, if you want to try things out, do nasty pulls. That's cool. But maybe ask for a resilient 12 before you do that. Don't be that piece of shit that just ruined someone's day by bricking a key that took an hour or 2 to build up. Please, have a heart. You f***. But hold up, the last time was so nice.
I had to do it twice.
Now, this time I left. I guess now I'm the quitter. Because I didn't want to deal with this shit. For some reason, this elemental shaman decided to go for enhancement just before the key starts. I don't care. I inspected him, he had gear. Go ahead. So I waited for him to respec. And then I started. He instantly went outside because respecking wasn't enough, he had to change talents too. He came back, and then he hopped out again. And then he came back and we had this happen. So I thought, you know what, screw it. Why secretly just begging for another damn key that isn't brewery for once? But just so I don't burn through all of my footage, that's where we will end this one. Sorry for the rant, but I hope you had some good cringy chuckles with the bitch boy of a hunter at least. Thank you for watching and I will catch you in the next, hopefully proper episode. Peace.